The 2022 regular season has ended, so let's take a look back at April's draft and see how things would change with the information we have now. I'm going to redraft the top 10 picks to see what would happen if the draft happened today with the knowledge we have now. Like and subscribe, and let's get into it. At number 1 overall, the Jacksonville Jaguars originally selected Travon Walker. I think they switch it up and go with Aiden Hutchinson here. Hutchinson has had a great rookie campaign, and if not for a couple of elite rookie corners, he'd be the Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Jaguars wanted a strong pass rush partner for Josh Allen, and while Walker has done a decent job, Hutchinson just has performed better. At number 2, the Lions selected Aiden Hutchinson, and since he's already been taken, this pick will be changing. They'll stay on the defensive side of the ball because of how well their offense has performed, and the Lions will select Sauce Gardner. He is almost a lock to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and has taken on the challenge of being a true man-to-man lockdown corner in the NFL. The Lions will be excited to have this pick available to them. Here at number 3, the Texans originally took Derek Stingley Jr., but in this redraft, they'll be selecting Garrett Wilson. While Stingley has been a solid rookie, Garrett Wilson has game-changing abilities on the offensive side of the ball. The Texans would have loved for a quarterback to be worth this pick, but I don't believe Pickett rose this high. Wilson would provide a weapon for whoever they draft in 2023. Here at number 4, where Sauce Gardner was originally drafted, he will no longer be available. For the Jets here in the redraft, I have the second best rookie corner in Tariq Woolen. Originally drafted in the 5th round, this rookie cornerback started in every game this season for the Seahawks. He had 6 interceptions, 16 pass breakups, and only allowed 419 yards total this entire season. He fills the need and is also in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. At number 5, the New York Giants originally drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, and he's still a strong option here. To me, it's between him, Christian Watson, and Chris Olave. Knowing what we know now, not just about the draft picks, but also the performance of the rest of the team's roster, I'm going to go with one of the wide receivers. The team desperately needs wide receiver help, and both Olave and Watson had great seasons. Watson finished with 611 yards and 7 touchdowns, while Olave had 1,042 yards with 4 touchdowns. I think the Giants will choose Olave in this spot to improve Daniel Jones' weapons on the outside. The Panthers drafted Ikem Ekwonu at number 6 in April's draft, and they'll race to the podium to do the same thing again. He's been incredibly reliable in all aspects of the game, and it's nice to know on a team with such turnover and turmoil, their left tackle position was filled for the foreseeable future. The Giants are back up at number 7. They drafted Evan Neal originally in this spot, and he's been perfectly fine for them, but I'm considering sticking with it or grabbing Kayvon Thibodeau in this redraft. Considering they drafted both of these players in April and prioritized Kayvon at that point, I'll do the same thing here. Kayvon Thibodeau drops 2 spots, but ends up on the same team. Moving on to Atlanta at number 8, Drake London was the first wide receiver taken in April's draft at this spot, and we've already had 2 taken before this pick. I still think Atlanta could use a wide receiver, and Christian Watson, Drake London, and Jahan Dotson are all still on the board. They could also take a look at Travon Walker. I think Atlanta has to stick with wide receiver because without one, they really don't have anyone in that position. They'll stick with London, who had over 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's a great big body receiver opposite of Kyle Pitts. At number 9, we have Seattle. Originally, they drafted Charles Cross, the offensive tackle out of Mississippi State. Now they're going to draft Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. Neal had a great year on the Giants, and he will do a great job protecting Geno Smith's blind side for the foreseeable future. To finish out the top 10, the Jets are back on the clock. In April's draft, they took Garrett Wilson here, and he was phenomenal, which is why he's no longer available. The Jets had a great defense, and even though they missed out on Sauce Gardner earlier in this redraft, they were able to get Tariq Woolen, so I think they go offense here. To me, it's Christian Watson. They want to keep their wide receiver core strong, and Watson showed the ability to catch 50-50 balls and get open deep, so he's the final pick in the top 10. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know who you would take in a redraft. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.